Hey everyone, and today I've got a Thor the Dark World movie review. I was really anticipating to see this movie because I had seen the first one and I actually enjoyed it, unlike some people out there. But, I definitely thought that this movie looked really dark and it had a pretty interesting storyline, so I was even more excited for it. This movie obviously stars like a whole bunch of the returning cast members. You've obviously got Chris Hemsworth as Thor. This is his third time playing the character. I think he's done a pretty good job at it, and I honestly couldn't picture anybody else to play him. Just looks really good, especially with that one scene with the shirt off. Natalie Portman, Stellan Skarsgård, and the one person I just absolutely did not like in this movie, Kat Dennings. I'll talk to you about her later. Obviously, two of some of the baddies in this movie, Loki, Tom Hiddleston, still as badass as ever, still as mischievous, and he was just absolutely awesome. I used to actually, one thing about Loki though, I never thought I liked him as much as I did in this movie, and so that was a plus for me. Oh my god, Malekith, Christopher Eccleston, I feel like Malekith was just absolutely terrifying as soon as I saw him. As always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later. Pop up, I was just like, oh my gosh, those eyes, the makeup job, really impressive work. I really loved that part. Anthony Hopkins and Rene Russo. So it was pretty awesome to see all those guys return. Let me tell you about Kat Dennings. I've heard a lot of hate. Even after I've seen this movie, I was just like, what the heck is she doing on screen? Every single time I saw her, every time she was cracking a joke, I was just, I wasn't laughing at all. I might have been going yeah. No. She was not funny at all. It was really dumb, and I just wanted her to, fall off the face of the earth. This movie, has some crazy stuff going on. There's, this dark force that is affecting everybody on Asgard. It is all due to the fact that Malekith is just, wreaking some havoc, causing trouble. Unlike Loki, who was imprisoned in this movie, and even then, he was pretty badass. You didn't know if you could trust him or not, but Thor would definitely kill him if he tried anything. Definitely saw, some of the relationships being tested, and I really liked that aspect of the story, how they were sort of delving into the characters' personalities and their relationships with each other. Especially Thor and Natalie Portman's character, Jane Foster. I thought that was definitely, it looked much better than it did in the first movie. I definitely appreciated that more here. And also the relationship between Thor and Loki, seriously, that was just so awesome. The special effects in this movie, I thought, were really impressive. It looked almost like something I would never expect to see in a Thor movie. Now, I am obviously not a Thor expert, and I haven't read the comics, so I don't know how much of that deviated from there, but I, thought it was interesting to watch visually. It was very cool. Asgard scenes, I loved seeing more of Asgard and the people there, and obviously Thor's gang of friends. I thought that was really awesome too, because Sif is just totally badass. So, and the action sequences were pretty cool too. The stunts, were pretty well choreographed. Thought the fighting sequences were just really awesome. I actually, as far as the directing goes, I know that this movie wasn't directed by Kenneth Branagh, who directed the first Thor movie. This is directed by Alan Taylor. So, it was really interesting to see a new perspective between the first movie and this one. I feel like it was more, I couldn't tell half the time if they were trying to be serious, but I noticed that a lot of there was a lot of comic relief in this movie, more than the first movie. So, it was funny at times, but just certain characters should not be allowed to be comedians. Cat Dennings. Also, for those of you who haven't seen this movie, I will also be talking about spoilers. You probably know that obviously Marvel is famous for having those post-credit scenes and just little cameo appearances here and there. So if you haven't watched that, stop the video right now. But for those who've seen the movie, some of the spoilers that I noticed, definitely one of the main ones was Captain America showed up a bit. Now that totally threw me off guard. I was like, Captain America's here. Now, I didn't like that movie as much as I like Thor, but to see him here, I thought that was really funny, especially when Loki did his thing and turned into him, so I thought that was really cool. Obviously, Stan Lee made a cameo appearance. I thought, you know, obviously, those are always fun to see. The post-credits scene. Now, I have been sort of keeping up with the Guardians of the Galaxy movie news and like who's been cast and all that, and I'm not sure if I'm excited to see this movie or not, so because I don't really know much about it as far as that. It's just got an all-star cast, and in the post-credits scene showed Benicio del Toro, who's playing the Collector. Now at first I couldn't tell it was him because I mean, his makeup job, like, that was just absolutely crazy. He looked almost unrecognizable. The only thing that I could recognize was his voice. And it was just, like, it was so strange to me to see. But it was very cool, and especially with this new phase of movies that's coming out. So, really looking forward to that. Thor: The Dark World was pretty good. Would I say that it was better than the first one? I definitely say it's an improvement. Just certain things were lacking, and some people really need to go away. And I really enjoyed it. I would definitely see it again. You guys, if you haven't seen it, but if you have, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Thor: The Dark World. As always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, coming every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.